You did your makeup at home and felt good. You left confident. Then you caught your reflection in a bathroom mirror under real light and thought, who is that? It has nothing to do with aging. It has everything to do with the foundation you're wearing. I've watched it happen 1,000 times in my salon in Korea. Women walk in convinced their skin has betrayed them. It hasn't. It's what they're putting on it. I'm 51, 30 years behind the chair. I'm not theorizing about mature skin. I'm wearing it. So I tested 6 popular foundations the only way that matters. On real skin, under real lighting, for real hours. Some turned fine lines into canyons within 2 hours. One didn't. It's the only foundation I reach for when a woman over 50 sits in my chair. And most of you are using the wrong one. Let me walk you through all 6, starting with the one that surprised me the least. Number 6, Maybelline. I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. Now look, I want to like Maybelline. It's been around forever, it's affordable, and you can grab it at any drugstore. The Fit Me line has decent coverage, and the shade range is reasonable for the price. I've used it on younger clients in a pinch, and it performs fine. But here's what happens on skin that's been through menopause. The Fit Me sits okay for about an hour, maybe 2. Then you start seeing it separate around the nose and slide off dry patches near the mouth. The Superstay version tries harder to grip, but on mature skin, it grips in the wrong places. It clings to texture while sliding off the areas that actually need coverage. I had a client come in wearing the Superstay last month, a woman in her late 50s with beautiful bone structure. She'd applied it that morning, and by the time she sat in my chair at noon, it had settled into every single expression line around her eyes. She thought she needed more product. She needed less Maybelline. Number 5, Fenty Beauty, 3 out of 10. I know. I can hear the gasps already. Rihanna built something genuinely impressive with the shade range. 40 shades at launch was a statement, and it mattered. Women who had never been matched properly finally saw themselves on a shelf. That's real and I respect it. But the formula was not made for us. Fenty's foundation dries matte and it dries fast. On a 28-year-old with smooth, resilient skin, that matte finish looks editorial and confident. On skin in your 50s and 60s with crepey texture along the jawline, dry patches on the cheeks, and fine lines around the mouth, that same matte formula turns into a magnifying glass. I tested it on a client last Tuesday. She's 63, gorgeous skin for her age, just dealing with the normal dryness and texture changes that come with this stage of life. Within 90 minutes, the Fenty had grabbed onto every bit of texture on her cheeks and turned her forehead into crepe paper. She looked in the mirror and said, "I look like I aged 10 years since breakfast." The shade was perfect. The formula was punishing. And that's the problem. A foundation can match your color beautifully and still betray your texture. Number 4, NARS. 5 out of 10. This one hurts a little because I genuinely enjoy NARS products. The initial application is gorgeous. You put it on, and for the first 30 minutes, your skin looks luminous and editorial, like you just stepped off a magazine set. There's a softness to the finish that photographs beautifully. But NARS has a commitment problem. Around the 2-hour mark, you start to notice the slip. It migrates. It moves away from the center of your face and starts pooling in places you didn't invite it to. The coverage you built up on your cheeks fades while the product settles deeper into your nasolabial folds. I think of NARS like that friend who shows up looking incredible, makes everyone feel great for an hour, then quietly disappears when you actually need them. Beautiful energy, weak follow-through. On mature, drier skin, there's nothing anchoring it. So it just drifts. If you love the look of NARS on application and you're only wearing it for a short event, go ahead. But for a full day on mature skin, it won't stay loyal to you. If you've been learning something from this, hit subscribe. I talk about what actually works for our skin every week, not what's trending on a 19-year-old's face. Now let me talk about the one that genuinely confused me. Number 3, Estee Lauder Double Wear. 6 out of 10. I know this is going to be controversial because Double Wear has a devoted following. Women swear by it. Some of my clients have been using it for 15 years, and I understand why. This foundation does not move. It goes on, it stays on, and at the end of a 12-hour day, it's still exactly where you put it. That is both its greatest strength and its biggest problem on mature skin. Double Wear delivers full coverage with zero flexibility. It sits on your skin like armor. It does not blend into your skin. It does not move with your expressions. It does not breathe. On skin in your 60s with thinner texture, less collagen, and deeper expression lines, that means you're wearing a mask. And after a few hours, that mask starts to crack along the fault lines of your face. Your smile lines, your marionette lines, the creases around your eyes. Double Wear finds them all and settles in. I have a 60-year-old client who wore Double Wear for a decade. She came to me because she noticed her foundation was aging her, but she couldn't figure out how. When I removed it and let her skin breathe for a few minutes, she looked 5 years younger without any makeup on than she did with Double Wear sitting on her face. Longevity matters, but longevity without flexibility on mature skin just means your mask lasts longer. Number 2, in Makiage. 1 out of 10. And honestly, I debated giving it a 0. This brand spends more money on advertising than on formulation. At least that's what my hands tell me after working with it on real faces. The online quiz, the try before you buy campaign, all of it is designed to make you feel like science selected this product for your skin personally. It feels like a compliment when you get your match. Then you put it on. For the first 5 minutes, Il Makiage looks incredible. Smooth, even beautiful coverage. You think you finally found the one. Then around the 30-minute mark, it starts oxidizing. That shade that looked like your perfect match in the bathroom begins turning orange under natural light. By the 1-hour mark, it's separating around your nose and chin. By the 2-hour mark, it has settled into every line on your face, and the areas between your fine lines have a completely different color than the areas inside them. I call it the gaslight foundation. It promises you everything, makes you feel special, then does the exact opposite of what it said it would do. I tested it on 3 clients over 50 last month. All 3 removed it before their appointment was even over. One of them looked at me and said, "This foundation hates me." It doesn't hate you. It just wasn't built with your skin in mind. Not even close. Now, number 1. This is the foundation I reach for first when a woman with mature skin sits in my chair. The Luxe Color Changing Foundation, 10 out of 10. Luxe uses color-changing technology that adapts to your individual skin tone as you blend it in. You squeeze it out and it looks almost white. Then, as you work it across your cheek, it shifts and matches your undertone. So there is no oxidizing. There is no orange shift at the 2-hour mark. The shade you see after blending is the shade you get all day. But the color matching isn't even the best part. The formula actually moves with your face. It doesn't sit on top of your skin like double wear. It doesn't cling to crepey patches like Fenty. It doesn't slip away like NARS. When you smile, it doesn't crack along your expression lines. When you talk for hours, it doesn't migrate into your marionette lines. In Korean beauty, we say your skin should look like skin, not like you're wearing a product. Luxe is the closest thing I've found to that philosophy. It just makes your face look rested and comfortable. My client from last Tuesday, the 63-year-old who hated how Fenty looked on her, I put Luxe on the other side of her face so she could compare. She got quiet, looked in the mirror, and said, "That side looks like my skin." That's the whole point. If you want to try it yourself, I put the link in the description. Your skin will thank you by Wednesday.